Guys, it's Bob from Crafty Cats. How are y'all today? It is about I'm trying to get this light right. I'm sorry guys. Um it's about 8 o'clock in the morning on Monday morning. Um and Tony just left for work, I guess about a half hour ago or so. And the visiting nurses haven't called yet, so I don't know when they'll be showing up. So I figured before everything started to twirl around me and I lost track of my day, I would get this vlog in. Sorry I didn't vlog yesterday. I totally messed up this Vlogmas thing. But I have such insomnia during the week. I just can't sleep. I just sit up all night and watch YouTube. Um, and but then I don't really sleep during the day either. I may take a little nap here or there, but on the couch, I drift off and wake up, but, not sleep. So by the time I get to the weekend, I guess I'm just wiped out. And yesterday, I brought my comforter out from my bed, curled up on the couch with it. Um, Tony was watching movies. I think he watched uh, 4 or 5 Harry Potter movies back to back. And I just slept. I just slept through the entire day. Um, so, Con, Con just jumped down and knocked everything all over the place, silly boy. Um, there's Chewy. Chewy! Psst, psst, psst. See how he listens to me? Chewy. Oh, damn cats. At any rate, um, so I just slept all day long, and the whole day just got away from me. And then, of course, because I slept all day, I stayed up again all night last night. I don't know, guys. I got to get my schedule fixed because it's just crazy. It's so stupid. I'm trying to hold my phone right now because if I don't, it seems like the lighting is really bad otherwise. If I have it in my tripod, it's too far away. And I guess because I'm backlit right now with the sun, as you can see the sun coming in. Um, so I guess because I'm backlit right now, oh, I can't reach it, guys. Can't reach it. So we're going to have to just go this way. Yeah, so I guess because I'm backlit, it's messing with my lighting. At any rate, so I did come on here with a purpose. I was watching one of my dear YouTuber friends last night, and she was tagged in a she Christmas tag. Someone tagged her, and at the end, instead of tagging any one particular person, she tagged. Ugh, hair in my mouth. Cats. Uh, it's a wonder I don't cough up a hairball every day. Um, so she tagged all of her subscribers to take this Christmas tag. So I have decided to go ahead and accept her Christmas tag, and we're going to go through the questions right now. Before we start, I want to say that this Christmas tag came from Erica at Erica's Life, and she is so fun. If you've not seen her channel yet, please go over to her channel, Erica's Life. She does some hauls, some shopping hauls, She does some arts and crafts. She does reviews. She does a little bit of vlogging. So it's a little bit of everything. Kind of hopefully like my channel will be when it grows up. So, oh, there. That's good, isn't it? I guess. So we're going to go ahead and start these questions that are posed in this tag. And the first question is, what is your favorite Christmas movie? Well, Erica, if you had asked me years ago, I would have said probably Miracle on 34th Street. Um, that's probably what I would have said years ago. Um, what would I say? Hmm. What would I say now? I would say, well, actually, if you asked me a couple more years ago, it probably would have been Christmas Story. Everybody loves a Christmas Story. I've gotten away from watching that as much as I used to. It used to be a tradition with a friend of mine. She would come over on Christmas Eve, and we would have our Christmas together, Christmas Eve, and I would cook her favorite dinner, and then we'd watch Christmas Story together, open presents, and watch Christmas Story. And I haven't done that for quite a few years, but if you ask me now, I think probably my favorite Christmas movie, because actually Tony and I have a tradition now where we watch this movie every year, and that would be Polar Express. Um, just love Polar Express. It's such a beautiful movie, and Tom Hanks is so talented. I mean, can you believe he played all of those parts? And it's just a beautiful movie, and I love the movie. Kind of makes me cry every year. At any rate, the next question would be, what is your favorite Christmas song? Well, see, again, that's a tough question. That's like the movie question. How can you answer that question? There's so many. And every time I say one, another one comes to my head, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I love that one too. And I love that one too. And I love that one too. But I guess my all time favorite Christmas song, Christian Christmas song, would be Oh Holy Night. Hands down, love Oh Holy Night. I love to hear that sung, but it's got to be someone who has a huge voice that really gets that second fall on your knees. You know, I mean, you really have to slam that second fall on your knees and hear the angels' voices. Um, and one of my favorite recordings of that was Donna Summer did a recording of Oh Holy Night. And yeah, it kills me. It kills me. Love that version of that song. Um, Probably my favorite secular Christmas song is All I Want for Christmas Is You, but not the one you're thinking of. Not, I mean, I like the Mariah Carey one. Don't get me wrong. I love the Mariah Carey one. But more so than the Mariah Carey one, there was one that was done in 1998. And it was by um, Vince uh, Vince Vance and the Valiants. And that song by far kills me. Just kills me. Love that song. It's probably my favorite secular song. Although What was that song that Bon Jovi did for Christmas? That kills me every time. I'll be home for Christmas. Was it I'll be home for Christmas or something like that? I love Bon Jovi too, so um, you know that doesn't hurt. Um, but there's so many. There's so many. But those are the two that come to mind probably. Okay, question number three. When do you put up your Christmas tree? Hmm. Well, Erica, I got to tell you, these days I haven't been really putting up a Christmas tree. Um, I think maybe in the last 7 years, I put up a Christmas tree two or three times, and not a big one because we were living in a small apartment, small one bedroom apartment with three cats and big furniture everywhere. Um, so there was no room for a Christmas tree, big Christmas tree, and there was no rearranging furniture for it to fit. There was nowhere to go with the furniture. It was in every inch of the apartment. Okay, um, but I put up a little tabletop Christmas tree a couple times. Um, I have a little pink, go figure, pre-lit Christmas tree that I try to put up. Tony, of course, hates the pink Christmas tree. He hates it, hates it, hates it. And we were really going to try to get a big tree put up this year, but I mean, I don't think it's going to happen, folks. Not, it's just not with the time left. It's just not going to happen, which doesn't really matter to me. I've had my Christmases where every inch of the house was decorated. I mean, anything that would stand still long enough was festooned with garlands and lights and ribbon and bows and holly and poinsettias and I mean seriously, it was kind of actually. I look back at some of those old Christmas videos and the tour of the house and I'm just thinking, wow, that was really too much. That was really too much. Um, but back then I could do it and I enjoyed doing it. So, um, have you ever had a white Christmas? Well, yes, I have. In all my years on this earth, I've had quite a few. I do remember one Christmas, probably the early. This light is getting on my nerves. Okay, it's giving me the blues. Um, Early 2000s. Um, while I was still hosting the family at my home for Christmas, I had bought a new home, and I don't know that it was the first Christmas there, but I think it might have been the first Christmas that my family was coming there. And I was so excited, and it started to snow Christmas Eve, Christmas Eve afternoon. By Christmas Eve night, roads were closed. Christmas Day, it snowed all day, all throughout the day, Christmas Day. And so, of course, nobody came to my house. No, none of my family came because at that point they all lived about 45 minutes away. And the roads were so bad. And so nobody came. Um, Fortunately, we had our Christmas day, couple days later when everybody got dug out. I think it was, the next week, the following week, or something like that. And it wasn't like it would have been on Christmas, but it was nice. Of course, it was nice. I do remember that that was the first Christmas. That was the first Christmas I ever spent alone. It was the first Christmas I ever spent alone. Um, yep. Now I don't care, quite frankly. Uh, I just don't want to be bothered so much. Um, okay. Do you open presents on Christmas Eve? Actually, like I said years and years ago, I had a very good friend, and we would exchange Christmas gifts, and we would do ours on Christmas Eve. Because she then was with her family during the day, and I was with my family during the day. Even though she stopped over to see my family because she loved my mother loved her too. My mother was the kind of person everybody loved, and so a lot of people would stop in to see her. But we wanted to have that intimacy, that exchanging gifts one on one, you know. And so, like I said, I made a big dinner. I made her favorite dinner. We would eat, we would open presents, and then watch the movie. Um, and then my family would come and we would open all of our presents Christmas Day. Now, um, since I've been with Tony for the last 7 years, we go to Tony's parents' house for Christmas, and just in the recent past, then we meet his family at his family's house, and then we all go over to his brother and sister-in-law's house, and they have a really nice spread, and we exchange gifts. Um, but they've always exchanged gifts on Christmas Eve. So even when we were just going to their house, um, and now we had to wait till midnight because his sister, like I've said before, lives in the UK, and so we had to wait until the time difference, you know, was a decent time for them to get up in the morning. So we always, started opening on well, I guess it was Christmas Day, right? Because it was midnight. Um, but usually it's Christmas Eve. The big dinner and the presents are Christmas Eve. So, next question is tree, fake or real? Okay, first of all, like I said, I don't really put up a tree much anymore. But when I did, it was definitely fake all the way. Now, it was good fake, okay? It was a good fake. They were expensive. But, I am not thinking about watering that tree for 4 weeks. I am not thinking about picking up all those needles off the floor. I am not thinking about trimming branches and, shaping it and all that crap. Oh, no, no. You bring it up out of the basement, you plop it in the stand, you let the branches fall down, you give them a quick zhuzh, and you're good to go. That's what I say. And then at the end of the year, or at the end of the season, you fold it all back up, shove it in the box, and back down the basement steps it goes. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, the real trees smell wonderful. They smell wonderful. But I can have a fake tree and light a pine candle and get the same effect. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. Um, can you name all of Santa's reindeer? As a matter of fact, yes, I can. Erica couldn't. Nah, 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 nah. But I can. So here we go. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donder, Blitzen, and Rudolph. So there you go. That was a good one. Okay. This is also a good one. Are you a giver or receiver? Do you like to give gifts or do you like to get gifts better? Well, who doesn't like to get gifts? I mean, everybody likes to get gifts, but the real joy is in the giving. And I love when I find that one thing or those couple things that I just absolutely know the person that I'm giving it to is just gonna love it. They're just gonna, their jaw is gonna fall open and they're just gonna love it and they're gonna use it all the time. And it's one of the best gifts that day. It's the perfect gift, and that makes me happy. That gives me a lot of joy. So giving uh, is definitely the more joyous um, event. And even giving of your time, um, going to going to the church in the afternoon and serving Christmas dinner to the folks that come into the church or the mission. Um, those type of things are wonderful and really, really lift up your heart and your spirits. I cannot get this light right, folks. I'm so sorry. At any rate, so yeah, giving. Um, Eggnog, yay or nay? Okay, I want to say yay all the way. Okay, Erica, it is yay all day long. And I cannot believe, and I don't know how old you are, but you're grown. Can we just say? I mean, I don't want to say you're old or anything, but you're grown. How can you have never tasted eggnog? How is that possible? Not even a sip? You've never in your entire life tasted eggnog. What is wrong with you? Eggnog is the best. Mmm. It's so creamy. And you put the nutmeg on top. You sprinkle the nutmeg on top. And it's just so creamy. And Tony and I mean, we love eggnog, and we try to have some in the house the whole Christmas season because if we're watching a Christmas movie, we want eggnog. Um, it's not the Christmas start of the Christmas season for me until I see the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I see Santa come into town on 34th Street, and I have eggnog, and I usually sit and watch the parade with a big cold glass of eggnog. It's got to be cold, ice cold. So for me, it's yay all the way. Now, again, since I've been with Tony, Puerto Ricans really don't drink eggnog. Although he loves eggnog and he does drink it. I don't know how he was actually introduced to eggnog, um, but he's dated other white boys other than me, so probably one of his exes. Um, but Puerto Ricans drink coquito. Now, coquito is they would like to say the Puerto Rican eggnog, and it's the same consistency, very creamy, very rich, but it's it's coconut. It's made with a very coconut based coconut flavor, coconut rum. And that's the thing about coquito. You have to have it. You can't have coquito without the rum. Um, and so, of course, I don't know the recipe to make coquito. I wish I did. I could research it probably, and probably if I asked his mother, she would give it to me. But look forward every year to coquito. For Christmas is coquito. Thanksgiving is usually sangria, and then coquito on Christmas. So that's that one. Are you a pro present wrapper or is it a fail? Well, that depends. That depends on whether I like you or not. If it's an obligatory gift, um, I wrap it real quick and then I can be kind of sloppy. Uh, if it's a gift that's going under my Christmas tree or a gift that's going to someone personally that I care about, a family member or a friend, then yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty pro at wrapping. And the last question on the list was show us your tackiest Xmas attire. Have you met me? Honey, do I look like the type that's gonna put on ugly Christmas sweaters or ugly Christmas t shirts or ugly Christmas, the traditional ugly Christmas sweater? I'm afraid I don't own any tacky Christmas attire. So there you go. Now you're in the know. One question I would have put on there though is what was your favorite childhood television Christmas special? Those little cartoon specials that came on. Of course, there was Charlie Brown, a Charlie Brown Christmas, um, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Um, all of those wonderful sort of stop motion or claymation or whatever they were back then. Um, my favorite every year, bar none, and still is my favorite, is The Grinch That Stole Christmas, the original animated movie or TV show. It was a half hour. Um, that's my all time favorite is The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. Probably followed closely by Santa Claus is Coming to Town, where Mickey Rooney played Kris Kringle. Uh, it was animated, but he was the voice. And then Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, um, and the Island of Misfit Toys. What is there not to love? So my childhood was pretty good. I think back and I think sometimes I look at some of the toys they have now and I think we never had stuff like that when I was a kid. But you know what? We had better. When I look back at stuff was more detailed and it came with, I mean, G.I. Joe came with accessories. There was a whole Foot Locker and different uniforms and guns and I mean he just came with everything you could ever imagine. Our next door neighbor had every single thing that you could get for GI Joe. I mean, every single accessory this kid had. Just you know, trunks and trunks and trunks and trunks and trunks full of stuff, and just the magic of Christmas, I think, was something special back then. I enjoyed my childhood Christmases. Yeah, I did. Um, I usually got most of what I asked for, and uh, it was tough for my mother to make sure that we had a good Christmas. And so, my mother and my grandmother, between the two of them, they put the money in and made sure that, the three kids. I mean, I had a little brother and sister too. And of course, as I got older, things got more expensive on my Christmas list. So, there was, the class ring and, that I wanted for Christmas, my graduation ring, and jewelry started to creep into my vocabulary. So, things got a little bit more expensive, but they always managed to make it. They always managed to make the Christmas really nice. And we never really knew that we didn't have as much as other people. We really didn't. I mean, we lived in a huge house, huge old house. Um, on like 5 acres of ground. So we just never, it just never occurred to us. Um, that everybody didn't live in a huge house and have all that land to roam around on. I mean, and we just never knew that, my mother and my stepfather at the time were pretty much, breaking their backs to make sure that all the bills got paid and the house repairs, because it was an old house repairs got done, and the upkeep of the house, and we never not had food on the table. We never had our electric turned off. We never had our no oil in the burner. So God bless my mother. She was the one that held it all together. I miss her, especially at Christmas. We used to have a lot of fun, my mother and I. She was my best buddy. And, we used to have a lot of fun. At any rate, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. What time is it now? Like 8:30 or so? So, if you're just getting up and wiping the sleepies out of your eyes, have a great day. Get your coffee. First, get your coffee. Then watch my vlog. Then go get a shower. And then get your butt off to work, okay? All right, guys. I hope you have a wonderful Monday. I will talk to you as soon as I can. And I'll miss you until then. And until then, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy. Don't get fleas. Don't get fleas. And I'll see you next time, okay?